Hey everyone. Okay, let's start. Yours is 689, right? Bachelor. 689. Okay, stages in data analysis using any tool, not only for Excel, you may work on any data analysis tool. This is the flow. First, data, information, and summarizing the data, presenting in the form of report, and analyze the data, and then protect or print or share that file. Okay, that is the flow we follow. And why to learn Excel? What we do with the Excel? To store the data and for calculation purpose. And the last one is for analyze data. Okay. History of spreadsheet. This is not required, but just for your information. Initially, it is started with the Visual Calc in 1978. Then Super Calc in 1980, Lotus 1, 2, 3. Actual Excel started from 1985. That spreadsheet, okay? Who are the competitors for Excel? Can you see any application like Excel? I mean, most commonly used application. MS Word. MS Word. That is also one of the application in MS Office. Okay. Oh, so no one is the competitor for Excel. Excel is competitor itself. Why? Because from version to version, they are improving a lot. Okay. Maybe number of rows and columns, some extra formulas they are adding, some analyzing related, pivoting table related options they improve. Okay, charts they increasing the number of charts. Okay, and more formulas some formula option related formulas also they are adding something like filter option related formulas to get unique values. So all this every time they are adding more options from version to version. Okay, that's why we'll call them as competitors. Excel is competitor itself. Okay, next, terminology of Excel. If you see, first of all, you need to understand if you are using this Excel first time, these are A, B, C, D. These are called columns. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called rows. Horizontal ones are rows and vertical ones are columns. Suppose if you take any table, okay. Let me take, this is a table, right? This is one table. So, which are rows and which are columns? File type is a column. Extension is a column. What is the meaning of a column? It will have only one information for multiple records. If you take a name, in that column you will have only names. If you all the names, right? I can say only unique information, same kind of information in multiple rows. Okay. So extension, description, all descriptions you will find here. If I say versions you will have. If I have employee ID, all the employees, employee IDs you will have. Column is nothing but it will have only a particular specific information, right? A row means horizontal one. For a particular, for one person, if I take employee data, for one person, you will have all the information like employee ID, employee name, okay, mail ID, address of a particular person. Rows are nothing but like horizontal ones we will call as rows, and there you will have all the columns information for one particular person, and columns are all the persons only same one unique information you will find in the columns. Okay, in Excel, A, B, C, D, these are called columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, these are called rows. Horizontal ones are rows and vertical ones are columns. Okay. You can see a box here, right? This box is called a cell. Cell. Where you can see the cell address here. This is the name box. Here you can see address of the cell. How to identify the address? You are in which column now? C column, and row is 26. So C26 will be the cell address. Column, first column name, then row name. That is the cell address. That you can see in the name box. Okay. Next. Together, all the cells, we will call it as a sheet. In sheet, you will have these rows and columns. Okay. Together, all the sheets, we will call it as one workbook. One workbook or a file. Okay. If I say, this is one file, this is one file or one workbook. If you open that file, you can add number of sheets. In each sheet, you will have rows and columns. Correct? Rows, columns, cells. Okay. So the hierarchy is, first you will have a workbook. Before that, first of all, you should install Excel application. Right? Application. And then you will create a file. Or that file we will call it as a workbook. Inside the workbook, you can see sheets. Inside the sheets, you will have cells, rows, columns, all this. Okay. How to identify whether it is a row or column? If I have, suppose I'm saying F32. What is F32? F is the column and 32 is the row. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Next one. This is the object model of Excel. First, you should have Excel application, and then we will create a workbook. Under that, you will have sheets. That's nothing but a hierarchy. Okay. Sheets and then cells, charts, shapes, tables, pivot tables, everything we will create inside the cells. Right? Inside the sheets. Okay. Next one. File type. When you are saving the file, how you have to save the file? For every file, you will have an extension, right? So if I take a PowerPoint presentation, .ppt is the extension. If it is a Word document, .docx. If it is a notepad file, you will have .txt. Yes or no? So for Excel also, you have an extension that is .xlsx. Default extension. Okay. Where you can see that when you are saving the file, suppose I'm saving somewhere here. You can see here, save as type. Excel workbook, macro enabled workbook, binary workbook. You have different options. Most commonly used are Excel workbook, binary workbook, and macro enabled workbook. I'll tell you the difference between all this. Okay. First one. In 97 2003 Excel, in 2003 Excel, default extension is .xls. Previous version, whereas starting version, default extension is .xls. Okay. in .xls format, you can store only 65,536 rows and 256 columns. Are you getting my point? Rows means what? 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. You have up to 65,536 only. Okay. And A, B, C, D like this, you will have only up to 256 columns. 256 means IV is the last column name. Okay. IV is the last column. In .xls format, you can't store more than 56 columns and more than 65,536 records. Okay. And you can store Excel data as well as macros data both. What is macros again? It's an automation of Excel. What we do with the automation? What is the meaning of automation? Like whatever steps you are doing manually in Excel. Suppose your work is daily. I need to create some daily reports. Okay. What is that daily report? Maybe I need to collect data from different people. I need to consolidate it, create a single file, then remove the duplicate values. Okay. After removing the duplicate values, maybe I have a salesperson details there. I need to segregate that by salesperson. Okay. Create different workbook for each salesperson. Suppose some 10 persons are working, then you have to create a 10 different files and attach that file and send to that salesperson. This is my work. Okay, maybe it will take some 2 hours time. Yes or no? Maybe 2 hours. If you have more salespersons, you need to create more workbooks and you need to send more emails. But instead of that, what you can do, create a macro. Macro is nothing but step-by-step instructions. What is the meaning of instruction? I want to copy the data. You will do copy manually, but for copy, we will write one line. So it will copy automatically. And I want to paste it. It will paste automatically. So line by line instructions we will provide. So whatever you want to do, it will copy and it will paste everything. It will open the workbook. It will copy, paste, close the workbook. Open second workbook, copy, paste, close the workbook. So all that macro will do. And then it will remove the duplicate value, will apply the filter and it will segregate the data by salesperson and it will send the mail also automatically. So all this code we will assign to a button or we will run using some shortcut key. Within fraction of second, you can complete your work in the macro. So that macro also we will write inside the Excel only. Where? In the developer tab. Here you need to write the code. You have to insert some module and then we will write the code. So if you write any code here in .xls format, it will save this. This is Excel data and the code is macros. So you can store both in the same file if it is XLS format. Okay. Any confusion? No, right? Please let me know if I'm going fast, okay? So in .xls format, I told you two things. One is difference with the row numbers and number of rows and number of columns, one thing. And the second one is it will store Excel data as well as macros. Okay. Coming to .xlsx. This is the default extension from 2007 onwards. Up to 2003, we used .xls format is the default extension. But from 2007 onwards, default extension is .xlsx. In .xlsx format, you can store 10,48,576 rows. Previously, only 65,536. See? Okay, see. 65,536. A number of columns 256. But from 2007 onwards, it is 10,48,576 and 16,384 columns. The last column in old version is IV and in the new version it is XFD. New means from 2007. So the default extension is .xls in 97-2003, but from 2007 onwards, default extension is .xlsx. One extra added, not only for Excel, for all MS Office products like Word. Previously it is .doc, now it became .docx. Previously it is .ppt, now it became .pptx. Okay, so one extra X added because so many changes from 2003 to 2007. Lot of changes happened. Changes in formulas, changes in the view, changes in number of rows and columns. Okay, changes in pivot table, so many modifications. So they given like a extra extension. They changed from normal to one extra X they added. Okay, so in .xlsx format, you can store only Excel data. You cannot store macros. Okay, so whatever you have in the sheets, you can see only that data. If you write a macro code, that you cannot store if it is in .xlsx format. Okay, but what if you want to store a macro in the new version? You have to store it in .xlsm or .xlsb. .xlsm is macro enabled workbook. .xlsb is binary workbook. What is binary workbook? Again, in both .xlsm, .xlsb, you can store Excel as well as macros. Then why we have two extensions? In .xlsb, you can store file in binary format. Because of that, the file size will decrease. I'll show you an example. See, all these are the same files. If you save it in CSV format, .csv, comma, separate values, okay? CSV format, the file size is 1850 KB. If you save it in the same data, text file, then also the file size is same. If it is .xls, the file size is 3067 KB. If it is .xlsb, then it is 815 KB. Okay. Binary format means it stores in zeros and ones. So in the backend, so the file size will decrease. You know, sometimes you will have so much of data in the files, but you have to attach the file and send to other people. So the file won't attach because of the file size, and there is a limit in the mail also, right? That may be some 20, maximum 25, 20 MB or something. You have a limit. If your file is more than that, it won't accept. So then you can store that in .xlsb format and then you can attach the file. You won't lose anything, just that in the backend it will store in zeros and ones format. Because of that, the file size will decrease. Okay. So can you tell me once again, what is .xls? Can we store Excel macros both? Yes. Then how many rows and how many columns we have in .xls format? How many rows and columns we can store? 65,536 rows and 256 columns. Okay. Coming to 2007, you have three extensions. dot .xlsx, dot .xlsb, and dot .xlsm. Where we can store only Excel data? Dot .xlsx. In Excel SM and Excel SB, in both, you can store Excel as well as macros both. The difference between Excel SM and Excel SB is, in Excel SB format, it will reduce the files. Okay. So everything already we have in the material, just to go through that. When to use, description. Okay. Next one. Here, based on the extension, if it is XLS, number of rows 65,536 to 56 columns, and this is the last. And XLSX, XLSM, and XLSB, 10,48,576 and 16,384 columns, and the last column is XFD. Okay. Now, how big is your Excel? How big is your worksheet? How many total cells we have? Number of rows are this many and number of columns are this many. So this into this will give you total number of cells. Okay. This many cells we have in one sheet. How many seconds we have in 1 year? 365 days. And per day you have 24 hours. And per hour we have 60 minutes and then 60 seconds. Total you have this many seconds. So if you do this by this, if you take at least 1 second per one cell, it will take 545 years to fill one Excel sheet. Type manually, take one second per one sheet. I mean, one cell. One cell. It will take this much time to fill one spreadsheet. That much big is your Excel. 10 lakhs, one column, 10,48,576 means it's you can store so much of data. Okay, is it clear? Or any questions so far? No? Can I go for next one? Online, guys, any questions from your side so far? Hope no. Okay. Next one. Version differences. Okay, about macro. Fine. Let me open some macro. Okay, I'll take a data segregation, consolidation macro. Okay. So I'm deleting the sheet. Okay. You have just some sheets, bugs. Bugs, you have some bugs customer information. And you have bullet bottom. This is only bottom customer information. Like this, you have how many sheets? Total you have 77 sheets. Means 77 customers information we have. So I want to combine, consolidate all the information. Okay. So here you have a code. How many lines of code we have seen? These are variable declaration, and this is first line sheets dot add before sheets of one. So it will create a new sheet before first sheet. And that sheet name should be consolidated. And assign some values to A1 equal to product, B1 equal to customer, C1 equal to quarter one, like this we are doing. And we are running some loop to get data from all the sheets and copy into consolidate sheet. Okay. And then some apply borders option, and it will show some messages. It's very less code, right? It will take maximum 10 minutes to write the code. Correct? But if you do this manually, create a consolidated sheet, copy from 77 sheets and paste into single sheet. How much time it will take? Sorry? 1 hour, half an hour, 1 hour. If you have some 200 sheets. First of all, tell me, even though you have 77 sheets, are you sure once your work is done, you did 100% correct? You may miss some sheets, right? Yeah, because you are doing it manually, you are not sure you are doing 100% correct. But if you write a macro code, you will get 100% accurate results. Okay, and you can complete it within fraction of seconds. Let me run this code now. Okay, I'll just run. It's running. Data consolidated. And you can see a consolidated sheet with data sheet. Okay. Suppose you have data, complete data in one sheet. Maybe you want to segregate it. Or you want to send 77 emails. After doing data segregation, maybe you want to copy that data and paste in the email and send that data to that particular customer. You have to create 77 emails. And that is very time-taking process. Correct? But if you write a macro code, it will create the email and it will send automatically. Okay. So that is macro. Ahmadi, is it clear? It's an automation of Excel. Okay. It's an automation of Excel. That is macro. Okay. Whatever you are doing manually, for that you can write a macro. Where when we will write this macro, if you are doing the same work repeatedly, or if something is taking a lot of time compared to writing a macro. So sometimes, maybe it will take some 2 days, 3 days also. You have to do some things manually. But you will write a macro code and it will complete within fraction of seconds that work. There also you can write the macro. Okay. And sometimes we create daily reports, weekly reports. Weekly reports means every week I am going to do the same thing. Number of steps are same. Monthly reports. So there you can automate it so that you can complete your work within time with 100% accuracy. Okay. Fine. So coming to next one, version differences. 2003. The first difference is number of rows and columns. In 2003, we have only 65,536 rows and only 256 columns. What is the last column name? IV is the last, 256. A is equal to 1. Okay. Column A means that is first column. B is 2, C is 3, like that. IV is 256. Up to Z, then A, B. Okay. IV is the last column. And what is the default extension in old version? .xls. .xls. Okay. And you have 341 formulas in 2003. Okay. And there is no ribbon. There is no ribbon. What is the ribbon? If I open a notepad, you can see a file tab, all this, right? If you click on that option, you have to choose from the drop down, correct? But if you see now, if you click on insert tab, all the options are available here only. It's not like a drop down, right? This is called ribbon. I'm hiding the ribbon, see. This is ribbon. This ribbon is not available in old version, 2003 X. This is added from 2007 X. Okay? No ribbon. From 2007, it is 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. So what is that last column name? XFD is the last column name. And default extension is .xlsx. And 12 extra formulas added from 2007. So the total number of formulas are 341 plus extra 12. So total 353 formulas. And ribbon interface added, replacing traditional menus and toolbars. All that formatting related options also changed. And the basic features like conditional formatting, table, and basic chart options were improved in 2007. Okay. Next one. 2010, same rows and columns. From 2007, rows and columns not increased, okay? Same number of rows and columns. Extra 57 formulas added from 10 onwards. Total 410 formulas. And the ribbon interface more improved. And you have slicers and sparklines. Yesterday I discussed about what is slicer and what is sparkline. Just take that video, okay? Slicers are like a filters. I can show you with an example. These are called slicers, okay? It's like a filter, okay? This is like this slicer. Okay, so when you're selecting it, the report will change automatically. It will apply the filters. Okay? These are called slicers. Sparklines are like a charts that you can insert in a single cell. You know normal charts, right? But sparklines means chart you can insert in a single cell. That two options available from 2010 onwards. Okay. Next one from 2013. You have extra 50 formulas. Total 460 formulas. The first option is you have timelines. Timeline also I explained. Somebody asking something. Okay. Timeline also like a slicer. Did I close it? Yeah. I'll insert some timeline. Timeline is also like a slicer, but this is a horizontal notation. You can give year wise like this horizontal, you can select based on that report will check. Year and quarter 2012, quarter 1, 2, I want to see. See the report is changed. This works only for date related field, timeline, and slicer works for all the fields. See, when I'm trying to insert a slicer, see, I'm trying to insert a slicer, okay? It will show you all the fields in the data. Row ID, order date, order priority, all this. But if you are trying to insert a timeline, it will show you only date related fields. Date related filters, if you want to apply, go for timeline option. Other filters, you need to go for that slicer. Okay, both are filters only. Based on the selection, the report will update automatically. Okay, so the timeline option is available from 2013 and slicer is available from 2010. Next one is flash fill. What is flash fill? This also we discussed yesterday. I'll take an example. Okay. I want to get first name in one column, middle name in one column, and last name in one column. So you have to write some formulas to split first name, middle name, and last name, correct? But instead of that, Mahendra, type it manually first name and say Control E. It will fill automatically all the first name. E. Flash fill shortcut. Okay. A type middle name, Control E. Control E. Last name. Okay. I want to get, suppose I have a car number. I want to get only last 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4 manually I wrote. Say Control E. In all records, it will give you last 4 digits. I have a mail ID. Just I want to get a username, not the domain name. Okay. I'm typing manually username. Say Control E. It will give you all the usernames. Okay. I want to split number and characters. You don't have any formula. You can't use anything other than the macro. If you want to split name and characters and numbers. But if you are using a flash fill option, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Control E, all numbers and extract. Say ABC, all characters. Okay. Suppose you have what is that? Employee name and joining date. I want to create a something like suppose first of all Suresh I want in uppercase. Okay. Say Control E, remaining all it will give you in uppercase. No need to write some formulas. Okay, directly. Giving the notes. Yeah. I'll tell you. This is only just the differences, right? Okay. So I'm not explaining about flash fill for now. My intention is what extra features we have in each and every version. Okay. So we did not start actual concept, okay? I'll explain you that, no worries. And you will have this video also. And this material also we will upload in the drive. Okay. So, Suresh, I gave uppercase. Actually, I need to write some formulas to convert that into uppercase. But what I did, only the first one I typed manually and say Control E. What is Control E? Flash fill, right? What this flash fill do? flash fill will do? It will understand what you are looking based on the first value you entered. Okay. So let me say, suppose I am writing like this. Suresh underscore, I am giving 11, okay, /02/2025. I am typing this. Okay, means employee name underscore joining date I am writing. Say Control E. For all, it will give you the same. Or suppose this, I want like this February dash 2025. Say Control E. Okay. Just type what you are looking based on the previous columns using previous columns option. And it will fill the same thing for remaining all. But it's not a formula. If you are changing the input, the output won't change. It's an option. Okay. If it is only one time work, you can do that. Or you have to do every time whenever you modify something in the input. If it is a formula, if you modify input, automatically the output will change. You know, hope the difference, right? Okay. Clear what is flash fill? So the flash fill option is available from which version? 2030. Okay. Next one. Quick analysis tool. Quick analysis tool. This is also available from 2013. No need to select anything. No need to select anything. Just after your data, you have to create this. Okay. Don't leave any columns empty. So here in immediate column, you type it and it will pick up automatically. Okay. Suppose I have some data. Okay. So what we can do with this data, tell me. I have a data. What you can do with the data? Maybe you want to get the totals. Column by column, maybe you want to get totals. Or maybe you want to create a chart. Or maybe pivot table. Or maybe you want to apply some conditional formatting. Or you want to create a format as table. So you can do many things with the data. For each option, you have to go to a particular tab and select that option, right? But in quick analysis tool, right click on it. You will see quick analysis option. Click on that. It will show you all the possible options. Quick analysis. Formatting. All these are conditional formatting related options. Charts. Totals. Suppose if I say, see, sum, it's giving the sum. Running total. Percentage. Count. Sum by row wise and sum by column wise. Okay. Or you want to create a table. Pivot table you want to create. Or do you want to create a spark line? These are called spark lines. Okay. So no need to go to that particular option. Directly from here itself, you can choose your option. In the quick analysis, it will show you all the possible things which you can do with the data. So from directly here, you can choose it. Okay. That is quick analysis. That option is available from 2013. Next, new chart types were introduced. What are the new chart types? Box and whisker chart and histogram chart. Okay. And cloud integration, improved integration with OneDrive, allowing for easier sharing and collaboration. Like, suppose you want to share some file with the other people. Say, with the same file, multiple people want to work. So what you will do? You want to work with the same file. Suppose you are 10 people, 10 employees are need to work with the same file, single file. Then what you will do? Maybe they need to update their 10 working on suppose one project. 10 people, they need to enter their feedback or their comments in the same file. Okay, 10 employees need to enter their comments in the same file. So what you have to do? File is same, but different people need to work. What are the possible options? One thing, you need to share that file with 10 people, send through email, and they will enter their comments. Why you have to take all, again you will get 10 different files now, and then you have to create a single file, correct? You need to update that, consolidate all the comments and create a single file. That is one option. One more option is what? Second one. If everyone is working in the same network drive, through network drive, you know, the whole type, if you are connected with the same network, means same internet, through wires we used to connect, right, previously. Yes. So you can share through network drive any file. So if you are sharing with some XYZ system, in that XYZ system also they can be able to open your files. That is one option. But nowadays, I mean, now you need to work with different country people also. Your team may not sit in the same place, right? Some people may be working from Bangalore location or Pune location, or maybe they are working in UK or US, right? But they need to work with the same file. Then you have a SharePoint option. That SharePoint is like a website. There you can upload the file and you can give access permissions, only view permission or download permission or edit permission. You can give full control or only view control. All that permission levels you can set if it is a SharePoint. If it is a SharePoint, you can any person can open from any country. Okay. Now OneDrive is available in MS Office from 2013 onwards. That OneDrive is like a Google Drive. What is Google Drive? If you have a Gmail account, you can store up to 15 GB of data. So in OneDrive, you can store 4 TB data, 4 gigabyte. Okay. And the data will store in cloud. Okay. And here also you can share the files. You can do a right click and share and give that person email ID so that that person can be able to open your files and they can edit from different locations. Nowadays, people are using this. So you are a manager, you created a consolidated file in your OneDrive and you shared with all your 10 employees and everyone is opening and they are updating the comment. If you open at any time, you can see all the updates. That is OneDrive. One more thing is, if you store your files in OneDrive, even though the system is crashed, you won't lose the files because the files are stored in OneDrive. Okay, just that you have to log in other system. You have to log in with your credentials, then you can able to open your files. Just like a pen drive, but the files will store in cloud. That is available from 2030. Okay. If you have licensed MS Office, then you will have all this OneDrive option on. Hope I'm not confusing you by explaining more things which is not required for us.
Giving an idea. Giving information.
Yeah. If you know this, then only we'll understand what is OneDrive, right? That's okay, fine. You're busy with something else. Hmm? Okay. From 2016 onwards, we have Power Query and Power Pivot option and forecasting features. Forecasting means, okay, I'll tell you first of all, what is Power Query and Power Pivot. In Excel, you can get data from other applications like SQL Server or website, or you can get data from a notepad file or anything, okay? You have so many options to get data. If you click on data and get data, so from a file, all these options available. You can get data from anything in this list. When you are getting the data, assume like you are importing some employee information. In that employee information, you have some 70 columns information. But my requirement is 70 columns. Columns are like employee ID, employee name, address, mobile number, salary, manager email ID, okay, department, okay, and portfolio, maybe the director, next level portfolio information, and the skill set which you have, previous teams information maybe, and interested maybe hobbies, okay, working projects, all that. Total, I have 70 columns information. Okay. So how many departments? Employee table may contains admin department, IT department, sales department, HR department, all the departments information I have. Okay. How many columns? 70 columns. All the departments information I have. And all the locations information also I have. Hyderabad location, Pune location, Bangalore location, Gurgaon, some Delhi, different locations, employees information also I have. But my requirement is only Hyderabad city branch, okay, Hyderabad branch, developers information I need. And that too, I don't want all 70 columns. Only some important columns like what is his manager name, employee ID, okay, some address, mobile number, and that employee email ID. Some this is the information I need. I don't require all other columns. So, but when you are giving the connection, when you say import, it will import everything. Do you require all that information? I don't want. So what we will do, using this Power Query editor, you can do modifications before importing it. So what I'll do, I'll apply that filters. I will remove that unwanted columns. Okay. What is that filter? Branch name should be Hyderabad and designation should be developer. And when I'm importing, I will select only whatever columns I require. And when you say import, it will import only that data. Or maybe some columns are not available in the data set. Using the existing columns, I want to create a new column. Example, I have a joining date. Using that, I want to get only year. Joining year I want. Based on the year, maybe I want to create some report. So you don't have that year column. Maybe using some formulas, you need to get the year. That also you can do in Power Query Editor. So when you are importing it, it will import only that required information. It won't import remaining complete data. So that modifications you can do in Power Query Editor. I'll show you a small example. Okay. Let me take suppose So here I want to import the data, okay, from that table. If you open that table, you can see all the regions information, right? All the regions information. But I want to import only West region. Okay. So I'll delete this, all this I don't want now. I want only West region. And using order date, I want to get a year or just a month name. Month name I want. Okay. Month name means here it is 1310 means October month, right? October I want. Okay. And I don't require this row ID, order ID, all that information I don't want. Maybe some required information I want to input. Usually, let me save it. This I'm taking from Excel, but this may be from SQL server, or this table may be from website or MySQL server, different databases. Anything, right? This may be from any other application, not only Excel. So let me import it. Go to data from file, which file from Excel workbook only. So select that file, say import. So you can see the data here, see. If you say load, it will load everything. But I will open now Power Query Editor. Click on transform data. So this is Power Query Editor. This is Power Query Editor. Okay, here you can modify the things. You don't want something. I don't want row ID. Right click on it. Remove. Okay. Order ID also I don't want. Remove. This one. Profit I require. Remove columns. Ship mode. Province. Region code. Customer segment. Remove columns. And product container I don't want. Baseline. Remove columns. Okay. Now we have only some information. Now using order date, I want to create a new column. Correct? Right click or here, you can create a custom column. My column name is suppose month. And the column is, let's take month of month name is a function. Month of order date. Okay. Say okay. Now it created a month. Correct? And now in the region you want to go for only west. I'm selecting only west. Say okay. Now you removed columns and you added a new column and you applied some filters. Now I'll say load home, close and load to. Now I'm loading here. Say okay. Now if you see, is it loading everything? Do you have order ID? You have in the actual data set, let me open. In the actual data set, you have 22 columns. Okay. But if you see here, you have only 12 columns. Okay. And that too, do you have a all regions information? Only West region. So, and you created a other column also, Mount column. Whenever you load this data, it will do all the things automatically. Again and again, you no need to do. You update the data, just right click and refresh. This all steps it will do in the backend. This is also like an automation only. Okay, that is Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor means in the backend, like whatever steps you want to perform, that it also will create a step by step. You just now you saw it, right? Removed columns, add new column, something, apply filter option, all that it will do again in the backend and it will load the data. When it is loading next time, you added more 1,000 records and you want to refresh the data. When you are refreshing it, it will perform all the steps in the backend and it will load the data. Okay, that is Power Query Editor. That option is available from 2000. Where did I close everything? Yeah, that is available from 2016. Okay, Power Pivot. Coming to Power Pivot, you know normal pivot table. What is the time now? Am I going? Okay, you have some time. Power Pivot. You know normal pivot table, right? I have 2010 data in one sheet, 2011 data in one sheet, 2012 data in one sheet. I want to create a single pivot table. Is it possible to create a single pivot table if you have data in 3 different sheets? Yes, sir. No.
By helping code.
Code. Which code? Macro.
Three different years, three different years, three different pivot tables.
Yeah, 3 different tables. You have data in 3 different tables. But pivot table report should be only one, right?
Yes.
That dashboard should be only one. So can you able to create single report using 3 different data sets? You can't create. When you are creating a pivot table, it will take only one table at a time. But you have data in 3 different tables. So yeah, what you have to do, you have to create a single table, consolidate all the data, and then you have to create the pivot table. That is the way. But in Power Pivot, no need to consolidate the data. Even though you have data in 3 different sheets, still you can create the report. Okay. Or your data is in some other application, still you can create the report here. You have data in SQL Server, but you want to create report in Excel. That is possible using this Power Pivot option. You have some data in SQL Server, some in Notepad file, some in Excel file. Still you can create the report using this Power Pivot. Okay, that is available from 2016. Next, some forecasting features are improved. Forecasting means, last 5 years sales data. What could be the sales in the next year? I want to know using the previous data. That is forecasting report. Okay. For that, we have to do more things. We are not going to learn forecasting because data analyst people won't create that forecasting. Okay. Yeah, but the forecasting features also added in 2016. Okay. Next, 2019. 2019 extra 6 formulas added, total 477, and improved visualization. New charts like maps chart and funnel charts were added. Maps and funnel chart. And some data types, these are belongs to geographic and stock data, stock related information. Let's see the view. I can't see it here. Yeah, stock related, some data types added, and some accessibility features like improved tools to help users with the disability. For disabled people, they added some options, but not here. For them, there may be a different version. But yeah, in 2019 only they added this option. Okay. Next, in 2021, I gave a link. So here, this is Excel, this word, XLOOKUP option, XLOOKUP formula, some unique formula, some formulas I told you, right? Okay, not tested. So filter options, some unique formulas, some important formulas added from 2020. XLOOKUP, XMatch, okay, let function, XMatch function. Sheet views, this option is added. Okay, accessibility ribbon. This belongs to different PPT. Okay, so some extra features added from 2020. Right. Next, coming to MS Office. Okay, Micro Excel 365, Office 365. This is extra 36 formulas, total 522 formulas as of today. And one-time purchase and lifetime use means, suppose now you are using 2013 Excel, but you want to use 2016 options. Can you able to use it?
No.
No, you can't use it. In the latest version, you can use old version features. But in the old version, you can't use latest version features, right? But if you are using Office 365, so okay, 2013, if you want to use 2016 features, you have to install 2016 again. If you want 2019 features, you have to install 2019 again. You need to purchase, whenever the new version is coming, you need to purchase that version and use that, correct? But if it is Office 365, all the changes, whatever new feature added, that will reflect in your system automatically. No need to install any new application. Purchase only one time Office 365 and the features will upgrade automatically. Okay, that's why one time purchase and lifetime use. Office. Okay, that is the difference between, these are the differences between all the versions. And I'll show you one more file also. In the functions library, there in that folder, you will have this file. So here, all the versions, these are available only up to 2016, okay? 2019, 21 and Office 365 not added. Up to 2016, you have 471 formulas, right? So up to 471 already formulas available here. If you select If you select 2003, what formulas we have in 2003, you can see here. Okay. From 2007, which formulas added extra? These are the 12 formulas. So 2013, version wise you can see. Or suppose you want to see by category wise, only date and time formulas I want to see. Click on that. All the versions, date and time formulas you can see. See that formula is available from which version and that will come under which category and what is the description about that formula. If something is added newly, if something is added, I told you, I will discuss only up to 200 formulas, right? So if you need any formula which is not discussed, but still you want to know, then just to go through here, click on this link. It will go to Microsoft Help. Okay. And you can see some description with example. If you want to know anything which is not discussed, you can go here and click on this hyperlink and you can learn it. Okay. Any questions? So we will upload it and I'll add the 2019, 21 and Office 365 formulas. I'll add it. It's been pending from long. I'll update it. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay then. Tomorrow we'll start with home tab. I'll start from home tab, cut, copy, paste. I'll start from very basic. Okay. You can leave for today. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Online guys, any questions from your side? Yeah.
Because basically
Just to go through yesterday's demo session, I explained like what we are going to learn in the entire Excel classes.
we recently mostly made any other new job. There is something like those.
Okay.
So we are going to work on those.
Okay.
It is on the process.
Okay.
So just let me start up this.
Yeah.
So usually how much time does this take to cover this from step by step, or how much time does it take?
It will take nearly 20 classes.
20 classes.
Monday to Friday. Total 1 month, excluding Saturday and Sunday. Total it will take 1 month, 20 classes.
20. Like this, like this AI chat GPT, how like this companies will be using or something like again these inputs will be used in that.
Yeah, these inputs only will use. See, you don't know, suppose how to create what is pivot table also you don't know.
Exactly.
Then how will you give a comment in AI to create a report? So if you know, like in real time, what you need to do, then if you want to complete immediately within fraction of some time, you can give a input in the AI so that it will create the report. That instructions, if you know, then only you can create. Suppose you want to create a report like create a sales by region. You want to create. So you should know first of all what output you want to get it, right? So then only you can give input in the AI or chat GPT. So then it will, once you know this in Excel, then you can use that AI to complete your work in less time.
One the notes will be provided to
This I'll upload in the drive after the class every day. Okay. And complete material we will upload in the drive initially only. Daily classes I'll upload after the class.
Okay.
And you will have YouTube access. Once the class is done, we will send this video in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So if you want to revise it, you can go for it again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Now we are using 2021. If you have it, go for 20. 19 also fine. 19 also fine. Only some extra features you will have in 21. Only some formulas remaining all will work. Sorry? Crack version you can install. That works only some 1 month, I guess. But if you want licensed version, that will cost around some 1500 to 2000. You can check with the front office, they'll help you to get the licensed one.
Would I stay in time?
Yeah, you can. Ahmadi, you can check with Neelaveni. She will provide you access for a demo session. Okay. Okay, then thanks everyone.